Hi, welcome back to Oops with C++ session 13. In previous session we have discussed about the functions and how the function will be declared and how the functions is called and the function definition, how the name angling is happening. Okay, and also we have seen how to use the extensee. In today's session we will discuss about default arguments of the functions, how to provide default arguments to the function parameters. Okay, so now, uh, before going to discuss about default argument functions, just quickly recap our last session informations. Like we have discussed that number of arguments passing in function call must match with the number of arguments specified in function declaration or definition. Okay, so means if a function is taking three arguments, then we have to pass three arguments in function call. If it is taking two arguments, you have to pass two arguments. If it is taking one argument, you have to pass one argument. If the function is not taking any arguments, then no, don't pass any arguments. This is the condition. This we have checked. We have seen in the last session. Say for example, if the function is taking three arguments and you are passing only two arguments in the function call, then when you compile that code, it will give an error saying that too few arguments you are passing to this function and there is no match to the function with the two arguments whatever we have specified, and it should match with the prototype declaration or definition of the function. How many you have passed, how many arguments you have declared in the function signature, same number of arguments you have to give and same order also you have to pass in the function call. If you are passing more than the required arguments, then you will get an error, too many arguments you are passing. Okay, so this is the key points you have to remember. Now just quickly observe this program. I have a program where I'm doing calculating the simple interest, so which is taking three float arguments, and I have given the definition here: float simple interest, float PR, float TI, float RT. PR stands for principal amount, time, and RT rate of interest. Okay, we are calculating simple interest here, so we are passing simple interest PTR here in the function call. So now why I'm calling this simple interest inside cout, because this function is returning a float value, so I have to catch that return value. Okay, so now simple interest PTR. So this function, the compiler, what it will do, it will check the prototype declaration or function signature that simple interest is a function which is taking three float arguments. Now it will map the arguments. So first argument float, are we passing float argument? Yes, we are passing, no problem. Then go to second argument. Second argument is of float type. Are we passing float argument? Yes, we are passing. Third argument is float. Are we passing float argument? Yes, we are passing. So then it's not a problem. So p value is 1000, we are passing. T value 2, second argument, third argument 2.5, we are passing. And same thing will be mapped to the function call in the function definition. So this 1000 will be passed to PR and 2 is passed to TI. 2.5 will be given to RT. Now PR, that is principal amount, is having 1000, time is 2, and RT value is 2.5, that is rate of interest. So this is no problem, this will work fine. Then see what about these three cout statements? Simple interest. Okay, so now in the second cout statement, what I'm doing is I am calling only with the two arguments, but according to the function prototype declaration, the compiler will check, are you passing the first argument? Yes, that is float. Yes, we are passing. Second argument float, we are passing, correct. So what about third argument? Third argument is not there. So third argument is also expecting some value, and no value is given to this. So then the compiler will say there is no matching to the function arguments. Too few arguments you have passing. It is expecting three arguments, but you are passing only two arguments. Same with the third cout statement also. Here only one first argument you are passing, remaining two arguments you are not passing. So first value will be there, but what about Ti and RT? So now again here also you will get an error. So same thing for fourth cout statement also. Here we are not at all passing any argument, so none of the values we are passing. Then the compiler will say too few arguments you are passing, so I cannot find any matching function to invoke this. So these three statements will leads to an error. Okay, just have a look on the code. Okay, so I'm just the same code I have given, default arguments dot cpp. Now same program. So what I will do is, before compiling this, what I will do, I will comment this one. Okay, so let's see. So default arguments dot cpp, compiling. Yes, compiled successfully, a dot out. Okay, so now we are getting the value properly. Okay, this is fine. Now let's see what I will do. I will uncomment this. Okay, so time being, I will comment to this. Now, what compiler is doing is, here it is saying when I'm compiling this line. Okay, we will compile this. Sorry, I have to compile it. Okay, now I am getting too few arguments to the function. Okay, it is expecting three arguments, but you are passing only two arguments. Okay, now what we have to do is, we have to see. Now, what is default argument function is, whenever you are passing a function with less number of arguments, then the compiler will look for any default values you have provided for the arguments. So means, if I am missing any argument, you take from the default value. Say for example, here I will say 2. So now in this case, what will happen? The compiler will first check in the second, first line is fine. So you are passing three arguments, it will take all three arguments. Second line, yeah, second saved statement, you are passing only two arguments, p and t, means first float value you are passing, second float value you are passing, third float value you are not passing. So then what will happen? So the compiler will check, is there any default values you have provided in the function signature. Yes, you have provided, then it will take this. So remember one thing, when you are giving default values, you have to give the default values only in the function prototype declaration, not in the definition. Okay, so we have provided. Now we'll see whether this one will compile or not. In the previous case, we have got the error. Okay, see, now it is working. Compile it. 50, 40. It's working fine. Well and good. Okay, so now we'll open. Again, what I will do is, I will uncomment this. We'll uncomment both. We'll see whether it will work or not. See, again it is error. Okay, symbol interest, too few arguments, because here only one argument you are providing. So for the third argument you have, if the third argument is not provided, then we are giving the default value, it will take. But what about the second value? For second value we have not given any default value, so it won't take. It will take, first argument is there, second argument default value is not there, then it won't take. So it will throw an error. So I don't have any default value, I am not getting any default value you provide me. Now third way, so all three, but we have only default value only for the last argument. First two arguments we don't have the default value, so again it will throw the error. So now what I will do is, I will just modify the code. So now default values I have given here. Now next you can give it here. So float. So here also what I will do is, I will give just one as a 1 year. Okay. Now we will see. So here we have got how many errors? One, two errors we got. Okay. See, now only one error. So last one we are getting, because we have provided default values for the second argument and third argument. First argument we have not provided. So that's the reason we are getting again error here. So now what we'll do is, we'll provide default value for the first argument also. Maybe 10,000 I'm giving. Okay. So now see. So now all the function calls are working. Okay. So 50, 40, 20, 200. Okay. This is the values. So what did we have observed here? So we can call the functions in C++ with less number of arguments also comparing to the function prototype declaration. Even though the function prototype declaration is having many arguments, we can call the function with less number of arguments. But only thing is you have to provide default arguments. And when you are providing default arguments, always remember that you have to start giving default arguments values from right side to left side, not from left side to right side. And if you have given default value for the third argument, then only you can give default value to second argument. It's not like I won't give default values to the last argument and first argument, then I will give only default value to second argument. It won't work like that. So first always you have to give default values from right to left. Okay, now we'll see only one scenario we'll check with the GDB G++. So what I will do is I will just display the content what is there. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm doing debugging. We'll see what value is it is taking. So first one, okay, SG GDB dot out. Okay, so breakpoint. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll open another terminal, new window. Okay, okay. Now GDB a dot out I'm giving. So I will apply breakpoint at main. Okay, St starting the debugging run. Okay, so default arguments dot cpp breakpoint at. So now, so I'm just going with single step. Okay, so first what I'm doing, giving the declaration is there, p equals to 1000, t equals to 2, r equals to 2.5. That is fine. So then next step, single step I'm going. Okay, see out simple interest PTR. So I am passing 1000 to 2.5. Now we'll see what is the values passed to the function. Now the function call is there. So this value P value 1000, T value 2, R value 2.5. We'll see whether it is passing the same value or not. Print PR, TI, RT. Sorry, uh, print PR. So PR principal amount, whatever 1000 we have passed, right? Same thing will be passed to the function argument also PR. And now T value 2, sorry, print TI. Okay, so TI 2 value is passed to TI. Now I'm saying print RT. So same 2.5 is passed. Okay, so this is fine. Okay, so now the this function is executed. Now second time, so I am passing only p comma t. So first argument, what I am expecting, p value will be 1000 I am passing, t2 value I am passing, third argument I am not passing. So then what the compiler will do, see that. Okay, we'll see pr. So 1000, because you are passing 1000, so same 1000 will be here. And print ti, time period is 2, same 2 is there. And now I'm not passing the third argument in this statement. So what it will do, the compiler will check, are you passing any, or are you defined any default arguments in the function definition, sorry, function prototype declaration. That is two default value we have given for the argument. So now what I can do is, so same default value the compiler will take. Now if I say print RT, so RT what is there? 2 it is taking. Okay. So like this. Now, now again a third. So only I am passing principal amount. That is, so 1000 it will take as it is, and the rest TI and RT will be 2. Okay. We'll see now. Print PR 1000, print TI, that is 1. So because default value is 1, it is taking, we are not passing the second argument and third argument, so default value will be 1. Print RT, so third argument is 2. So second argument it will also, it will take default value, third argument also it will take default value. So now in the final cout statement here, I am not passing any argument. Now what it will do, it will take all the values as default values. Okay. So now print principal amount, that is 10,000. You can see here I am passing 1000, here 10,000, so it is taking 10,000. So print TI, time is period is 1 year, print rate of interest, that is 2. So when you are not passed any arguments, it will take all the values as default values. Okay. So that is how the default arguments are functioning. Okay. Okay. So what we did, we have provided the default values to the arguments. So you just provide, you have to start providing the default values from right to left. Okay. So in this case, in the first scenario, p value, t, r, all three we are passing. So then the compiler will take only the passed values, that is ptr. So next, and it will pass it to pr, ti, and 2.5 for rt. So next time, in the second cout statement, we are passing only p value and t value, that is 1000 and 2. So same 1000 and 1000 value will be copied to pr, t equals to 2, that value will be copied to ti, and rt is, it will be from default argument. So because we are now passing only two arguments, if you see here r value is 2.5, but what is copied, the default value is copied to this one, the last argument. In the same way, in the third step, we are passing only the first argument, that is 1000. So in that case, principal amount 1000 will be there. P value will be copied to PR. Next, for TI and RT, the compiler will look whether any default values provided in the prototype declaration. So the default values are provided. The second value is 1, that is copied to TI, and third argument, third default value is 2, that will be copied to RT. And in third case, we are not passing any arguments, so all the values it will take it from default values only, 10,000, 1, 2. Okay, with these values the function definition will be executed. Okay, excuse me. So now observe, remember few points. So default values has to be provided from right to left. Means first the last argument you have to provide default values. Next the second, second one. Next one, like that. From right to left you have to give, not from the left to right. So always the compiler will treat whatever argument you have missed, that it will treat it is a last argument only. Okay. So default values has to be present in function declaration only, not in function definition. As I mentioned earlier, so you have to provide it only in function declaration, not in the function definition. Okay. So now, I have said we have to give the default values from right to left. So this is a wrong declaration. See here I have started from left. Okay, for left value I have given, but not to the right arguments. So this is wrong. And second, this is also wrong. You have now provided for first argument and second argument, but not the last argument. So but here you have started with right, but in between you have missed. So this is also wrong declaration. And we have given only to the second argument. This is also wrong. So this is wrong declaration. Always the default values has to be start from right to left, and this is the correct way of declaring the arguments. If you want to provide only default value to only one argument, then that argument has to be the last argument you have to provide here. And if you want to provide default values to the two arguments, last two arguments, then provide the default values to this argument, next this, you can use this one. Or you can provide arguments for all the default values for all the arguments also. So this is how we can use default arguments. So it will be more useful, practically. Say for example, if we are implementing some banking application where you want to calculate, you can see there will be something like floating interest calculation will be there, as well as fixed interest calculation will be there. So in case of fixed interest calculation, what we'll do is I will write to only one function to calculate simple interest. So what I will do is for rate of interest, whatever is there, that I will make it as 9. So means 9 is the 9% is the fixed interest rate. Okay, but floating interest rate it will change. Okay, so when the fixed, if some people will come with an option of going with a fixed interest rate, some people will go with an option of a floating interest rate. When people are coming with fixed interest of rate, so then I need not to pass the values, the last argument, the rate of interest I need not to pass. I will pass only the principal amount and time period. Then it will be calculated. It will take the fixed value of whatever fixed value you have provided in the argument, it will take and calculate. So if the interest is also changing, then you can provide a third argument also. So like this, you can practically use it. So now what is the default argument functions? In C++, we can call the functions with less number of arguments also if we have provided default values in the function declaration or function prototype declaration. Okay, the functions with default values in the arguments is called as default argument functions. Okay, so what is the default argument function? The functions with default values in the function arguments is called as default argument functions. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching.